In this box is everything that I've been waiting on to be able to build my brand new bike. So let's get right on into it. This is the box from Alienation, and I'm gonna get into opening it as quickly as I can because I cannot wait to build this bike. Big thank you to Alienation for sending out everything else that I needed to build a fully brand new bike. I don't know. The fact that I can even do that and say that is so crazy to me, and I am extremely grateful for that. So we got packaging, and then we got a whole bunch of goodies that I'm excited to show you. Oh, no spoilers. And we've got first thing in this package, the Alienation Starship Sprocket. Let's just open it up. I did a video about this thing recently, so you can check that out if you want to hear like super fine detail, but I can cover most of it here, and most of what you need to know is on the packaging. But this sprocket is made from 7 series aluminum. This is the 28 tooth version of it. It is made in a 25 tooth as well. Black and silver are the colors. It comes with the 19 and the 22 millimeter adapter that you might need. This is the guard version of the Enterprise sprocket, which is the non-guard version. 15/16 bore, which is 24 millimeters, and that is all of the information about this sprocket. But I feel like some people might not know Alienation makes sprockets now, because this and the Enterprise are the first ones that have been available out there, and I'm stoked. So on that note, we have the Alienation Starship. All right, you saw the spoiler, we'll bust it out. The Backlash V2 grips in blue, black swirl. I have a feeling this is gonna match the new bike frame pretty good. We've got actually 2 pairs of the Backlash V2, 155 millimeters in length. I believe they have a 31 millimeter diameter, and they've got this micro pattern which goes back and forth on there. So we got a couple smaller things here, and you know, shout out to Alienation for sending all this stuff, because they do make some other things that you may not know about as well, including something that I've actually never had from Alienation but have always wanted to get and just haven't yet. And that is a set of rim strips. I've literally always used just electrical tape or some sort of 1-inch duct tape, but they make these rim strips that are branded, and you know, I figured we should probably ride these, seeing as both my wheels are going to be Alienation wheels. The other thing in this package, or in this bag here, is something for a part that we will show here in a sec. Next, oh boy, there's so many good things to show in here. What is this? I don't even, oh, okay. I love how everything is so well packaged. So we have the saran wrap and foam to keep everything safe in the box. So we get through the foam, and we get to what very quickly became my favorite metal peg that I've ever ridden. So these are the Alienation Descent pegs. We should probably bust one of these open here so we can show you and give you all of the information about them. Having had a hand in the specs of these pegs, I am extremely excited about how they turned out, and I genuinely feel like these pegs have the most tech built into them of any metal peg that is available right now, being that we can see here that they're this dark color on them, and that is because they have this magnesium phosphate coating. I think that's exactly what it is, and that helps with the longevity and material consistency as well as grinding on them. They have a 1.5-inch diameter, and they are internally machined and tapered on the inside of them, which I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. Let's get the included 14 mil adapter out of there. see if we can see inside here. I doubt that you'll be able to just because of the lighting, but they have internal machining on them, which reduces the weight, making these things extremely light. I mean, I'm pretty sure these things are 5.8 ounces. I think that's what they are. They have 3 anti-rotation pins in them, so you can rotate these things and keep them in 3 different fixed positions, as well as when you get done with that, you can rotate them if you're not worried about this anti-rotate pin. 4.5 inches in length, and I'm not gonna team weed myself by saying anything funny about that this time. But yeah, descent peg, I'm so thrilled with the way it turned out, and they're extremely light for chromoly pegs. 4.5 inches helps with ice pick stalls. I feel that extra little bit there versus, you know, shorter pegs. Gives you an edge in sitting into those like ice picks or toothpicks on ramps, ledges, whatever you might want to be doing it on. These are 4140 pegs is the material of them. They come with that adapter, and they're actually, I lied, they're not 1.5 inches in diameter, they're 1.25 inches in diameter, so small diameter there, and I'm stoked. We got 2 of these for my new bike. This year is the 10th year of riding for them. I think it's in September that it's actually marks 10 years, but how crazy is that? I originally got connected with Alienation through their Flow for a Year contest, which is where they had a contest where you submitted pictures and video and maybe something written, and over a period of time they looked at all the entries and picked 10 different people to Flow for a Year. And then after that, Rob Morgan, shout out to Rob Morgan, officially welcomed me to the Flow team, and here we are. Geez, 9 years later, 8 years later than that, we're still riding for Alienation, having input on products like the Descent peg and some other stuff in here. And we have the foothold pedal here. I've talked about all of these products in length in specific videos, so if you guys want to see more of these things, you just got to check out those videos. The foothold pedal has 10 pins on them. They have a concave design this way, and these are the pedals I'll throw on my new bike. But if I'm being honest with you guys, I have the foot fetish on my current bike, and those, I cannot wait for those to become available for everyone and to talk more about those. I love that pedal. Let me know if I should put the foot fetish on and keep these as spare, but can't beat either of these pedals. They're so good. Plastic pedals with metal pins, so they've got the grip but also the weight savings. Next up, Prowler Light tire. So this is the 2.25 version of this tire. Prowler Light. I genuinely love this tire in the rear of my bike. It feels extra smooth because of its tread pattern, but the micro knurling makes it grippy. The material, the rubber material, makes it grippy as well. And it's also of the tubeless compatible variety for anybody who might want to use these tubeless. We actually have 2 of these in here, and if you might remember from the S&M Fit unboxing, we have a Fit FAF tire, maybe 2 of those as well. So we're going to be throwing a Prowler Light on the rear and the FAF in the front. Also have videos about these. This is a tire that I tested out from the beginning, and I have had absolutely no issues with it. I love it. And this is the production one with the Prowler Light on the side. And we're running out of desk space here. Let's see. Let's go over a couple of these things. Man. The amount of stuff in here, man. I'm just so grateful for the opportunities that I have in BMX. And I'm even more grateful that these opportunities come through me literally just being myself and doing exactly what I want to do, whether it's riding bikes or making videos. It's exactly what I want to be doing, and I never feel forced to do anything because I just genuinely want to do this stuff on my own. Make these videos to teach you about products, ride them as best I can, And it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. It's just crazy, everybody. Thank you for watching. We have the Tin Man front hub. We have the bolts for the Tin Man front hub. We have, in paper here, the Tin Man front hub. Here it is. And this, I guess, is actually a reveal because up until this point, you guys don't know what hubs are going on my bike. You don't know what any of these parts are going on my bike, but you also don't know what color. And I'm sure you could probably guess, but it's the polished Tin Man. Some of you might remember that I actually hand polished a black Tin Man hub and then had it laser engraved, which was like a predecessor to this hub actually being made and polished with the engraving on it, which it actually has dedicated engraving on both sides of it. This hub is extremely light. Is there any information? 100 millimeter? No, the weight isn't on the box. The dimensions and specs of the hub itself are. I will put the weight on the screen, but this is an extremely, extremely light front hub. And I figured since I've been riding one for a couple of years now, you know, let's keep that train going and ride the Tin Man in the front of my bike. So that is the front hub that we are going with. The next one is something that I actually wasn't aware was like different about what I ride on my bike. And it actually is, but it's not the part itself, it's the spec about it. So here we have the Vault stem. I mean, I've been riding the Vault stem for years now, had no issues whatsoever. It is just a beautiful CNC'd stem. It is made from 7 series aluminum. It is available, what are the options? 53 or 58 millimeter reach. It's got this split cap design, and you know, some people say they're worried about having a split cap like this, but I've ridden this stem for, geez, I can't even tell you how many years now, and I've yet to have issues with it. It's just a beautifully machined stem here. I love the polished version with the black components in it, the black bolts there. It's got Alienation engraved in the top with the logo here on one of the cap pieces, and that is the stem I'm going to be riding. You might be wondering, I did mention that there's actually something different about the stem that I ride than other people sometimes, and that is that I ride the 53 millimeter reach, and because the 53 and 58 are the available options for this thing, that might not sound weird, but I realized that a lot of people ride shorter reach stems. Just, I don't know if there's a reason for it, but I know the reason why I ended up on a 53 millimeter reach stem is because an old front load profile stem that I had before I got one of these for the first time was 53 millimeters, and when I was asked what size I wanted for this, I was like, I have no idea. I just looked at what I had and rode that, and so I realized at some point that that was the reason why when I jump on some people's bikes, they feel shorter even though they have the same top tube length and other things like that. It's the stem reach being a little bit longer, and that can have implications in that your bike feels a little bit longer, your turning will be a little bit more stable versus if you have a shorter reach on your stem, it's a little bit more twitchy. And over the years, it's just something that I've grown to ride on my bike. So on that note, 53 millimeter Alienation Vault stem. 7 series aluminum. There's a 58 millimeter option available. CNC machined. Next up, the rims. You could probably guess it if you know my bike, but these are the Alienation Vandal rims. Ever since I rode the first sample of this rim on my bike, I have been such a believer in this rim, and I've got plenty of videos unboxing this thing. It is an XL style rim in that it has a little bit wider of a profile. I believe it's 37 millimeters, but it's an XL wide rim that has a smaller diameter where the inside of the spoke nipples go, which makes it just stronger. And another thing you may have noticed when I was showing these things before is that they now have the black water transfer decals on them. These were red before, but they're black now, and it's just got that stealth look on there. But with these things being designed to just be stronger and be a more beefy rim, I just don't have issues with them. I've been riding my current one for over a year and a half at this point, and before that I was riding the previous for just as long, and this is just my go-to rim of choice because for the weight to strength ratio that these things have, I just genuinely feel like there are very few other options as good as this in all of BMX. And that's not me just like saying that, it's me living and experiencing it and genuinely believing it. So they're also tubeless compatible for anyone who may be interested in trying tubeless. So you have this tire that is tubeless compatible with the rim that's tubeless compatible, to where all you need from there is the rim tape, the sealant, and the valve that goes in. You can actually see there's the Schrader valve on here. And then if we continue around, where's it at? Right here, you can see the tubeless compatible system sticker beside the Presta Extra valve hole on here. And then this is actually a plug that goes into the Schrader valve underneath your rim tape. So Vandal rims going on my bike. Firm believer in these things, front and rear. But I'm so stoked on this. I'm going to take it out of the packaging before we bring it up. So I've been riding the Alienation Thunderbird seat since I built up my bike. And honestly, I go through seats pretty quickly normally, but that seat has held up the longest of any seat that I've ever ridden. But we're changing it up for the new bike. We have the Alienation Gripper seat. This thing has got that motorcycle look to it with the diamond stitching. It's got that, is it turquoise? It's the turquoise color on it, which should be somewhat close to the frame I have, as well as these grips that'll go on after my Credence S&M grips. I've wanted to ride this ever since I saw this seat was available, and I saw it on Brian Fitch's bike at a jam, and it's just beautiful. And then it's also got, this is where the grip part comes from. I'm not sure what this material specifically is. It feels like a canvas. So I think it might be a canvas all the way around it here to grip for things like bar spins, or for me when I'm in an ice pick stall and I'm sitting down on the seat to do different tricks like the no foot can and things like that. Sitting on the seat can make it slide a little bit in certain situations, and I think I'm excited to try this out and see how it helps with that. But this seat is available in a couple different colors. Alienation Gripper seat. I just love that motorcycle look to it and the color, and in general, it's just a nice looking seat, man. But wait, there's more. And if you know, you know. We're not gonna be tossing this one around. We're gonna open it nicely, because we have the Alienation. Boom, 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 boom. Venus Free Coaster hub. Boom. In my signature color, polished. Oh, so stoked. It's beautiful. But I had a hand in naming and designing this hub, and the fact that it exists, and just, oh, it's such a beautiful hub. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but the ALN on there has this scientific thing in it called persistence of vision, which I talk about in my previous videos, just where it kind of looks like the Marvel slideshow thing before some of the movies, with the A, the L, and the N, when it catches the light the right way. This thing has planetary free coaster technology in it, which allows it to be a cassette when it's moving forward, but as soon as it goes from rotating forward to rotating backwards, the insides of this hub turn it immediately into a free coaster, and I have sworn by this design for literally 5 years at this point, so I am super stoked to have this going onto my bike. With that being said, I'm going to be building these hubs up to these rims using those S&M spokes, and I'm probably going to try and make some sort of video out of it. Don't think I'll live stream this one, but with that being said, thank you so much, Zach and everybody at Alienation. Like, I have everything else that I need to build my bike on this table, and I've said it so much in this video, but I'm just grateful for where I've gotten with everything, and I'm grateful to work with Alienation, where they're genuinely they're creating these cutting edge products where they're being the second company to license the planetary tech. They're making these metal pegs that have, I feel, the most technology in a metal peg that is available right now. And when it comes to things like making these pedals and designing the foot fetish pedals and creating just what is genuinely up there with the best and most cutting edge stuff in BMX, and to be directly involved with that, and also a part, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it or not yet, but there's something else going on my bike that I haven't talked about in this whole series that is, I don't know if I'm allowed to say any more than that, but it's what I hope is one of, if not the best available in all of BMX, and working with Alienation to do it is just, I don't know, man. Even as a kid, I could not have dreamed of this, and I didn't, because I genuinely could not have. So thank you to Alienation. Thank you to everyone that I work with. We got the shirt here. This is a 3/4 shirt. I believe it is available now. Love the 3/4 baseball tees. Alienation bicycle components. Shout out, thank you, Zach Taylor, Alienation, and you for watching. Stay tuned, because this can only mean one thing. It's time to build the BTM. Subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.